Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Come On, Admit It. I'm your host, Dominique Harris, and today I have the one and only Margaret Avatanto with me.
Hello.
I just feel like our energy was just unmatched, so I asked her to come back.
And I'm very excited to be here. I actually have been listening to the 2 recordings that we did, on repeat. I'm like, wow, we really just have so much to talk about all the time.
Always running our gums.
No, exactly.
But today, we want to continue with, the relationship mini-series I kind of did. This is probably going to be the last episode of that. I might revisit it later. But today, we're going to be talking about family relationships because I feel like there's just so much to talk about, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
Different family dynamics. I feel like now in this day and age, there's what even is a traditional family, you know?
No, that is actually a really good point. No, it really is, because, and also not only that, but, you don't even realize how much an effect, your family has on you, growing up, and, who you are as a person. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, damn, do I really want to have a kid? Because, what if I just, raise them wrong? What if I do one thing and then, they think about that one thing for the rest of their life? Nothing bad, obviously. But, there's certain things that, that stick with you. If someone, one of your older grandparents are oh, you're gaining weight, and then for the rest of your life, you're, looking at how you eat.
Right.
You know, shit like that.
I remember, probably high school. My dad, he was like, don't you want to get your teeth fixed? And I was like, first off, why'd you say it like that?
Whoa.
But, second off, yeah, I want to get my teeth fixed. I've always been so insecure about my teeth. And then I finally got braces.
When did you get braces?
I got braces.
It was, junior year, senior year?
No, it was, I think it was sophomore year.
Okay.
And I was supposed to get them off senior year of high school, but the orthodontist I went to, they were just, slow. So
right.
I literally didn't get them off until the winter of my freshman year of college. That's when I finally got off.
Oh,
because when I went out for recruitment, I didn't have braces.
Right, okay. For some reason, I thought you didn't have them for prom.
No, I did.
Yeah.
Of course. I stopped wearing my retainer, so hopefully my teeth don't shift back. They're already on the way back, but
stop.
I'm more confident now. It's okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but the comments like that. My mom, she would make comments, not comments, but she would do stuff that makes me go what the hell are you saying?
Wait.
What's going on? But I think it also goes with growing up, and if you go to therapy too, you truly understand the relationships you have with them and how they have such an effect on your life, which is insane.
I think everyone needs to go to therapy. Not even
Yep. We always bring this up. Everyone
right.
go to therapy.
Everyone go to therapy. Please go to therapy.
It's so beneficial.
Even if you don't think you need it, go to therapy. Right. I'm
you'll be able to put the pieces together if you go to therapy. If you think there's some part of you that's wrong, or not wrong, but something is not quite there, and you're trying to figure out who you are in the world or whatever. They just say one thing, and you're that just completed something in my head, and now that's the missing piece.
The other day I had a conversation with my dad, kind of like a rekindling conversation, and it went terrible.
Oh.
Literally stormed out. But his girlfriend called me or whatever, and he was she was I noticed your dad's a yeller, and he was I think he got that from his mom, which she was a yeller. My grandma on my dad's side literally was a yeller, and I was that makes so much sense because I'm a yeller, and I'm trying to break that cycle, but I realized it, so it's been easier. I feel I'm definitely better. You knew me in high school.
What, yeller as in what do you mean,
loud
when I get angry?
Or just angry? No, just angry.
Yeah.
I feel I've been a lot better.
That's actually so weird because I don't think you are a yeller. I really think when you are...
I've tried to suppress it and change it.
No,
I noticed it, and I don't want to be like that.
No, I feel you're always just you have such a cool tone to your voice. You don't yell, but you get your point across. You know what I mean?
I feel it also depends.
Yeah.
But
if it really pisses you off, you're obviously gonna yell. But I've never really seen you yell. Well,
because I feel also you're never gonna get your point across if you're yelling. When people yell at me, I don't listen.
Yeah.
I'm automatically tune them out. So it's
yeah.
Also, when I don't yell and I say something calmly, then I can actually think about what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I don't, like, stutter or start crying. No, I
Stop.
cry.
No,
I'm
stop.
sensitive.
Stop.
I
get
so
frustrated.
sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I talk such a big game, but I am so sensitive. Like, I will be crying.
When I used to get into fights with my parents, like, which was my entire life because I was such a degenerate growing up, like, my dad would always yell because obviously, like, he was just like, what the fuck are you doing with your life? And I would, like, yell back, but I would get so frustrated, like, you just start crying.
You start crying.
But I wouldn't cry in front of them. You go upstairs, you close the door, and then you start crying. You're just like, I hate my life.
And then you think about all the things you should have said.
Yeah.
And you're like, I could have said this, I could have said that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And then you're like, oh, you were my parent. Like, oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, that happens a lot with my sister. Actually, no, me and my sister get physical sometimes. Well, it's like, me and my brother, like, it's a different relationship. I mean, you're an only child, so, like, yeah. But,
I mean, I have half brothers, but I don't know one of them. And I haven't seen the other one in forever.
Yeah, like, my sister and I were always close growing up because we're both 2 girls and we were only 2 years apart. So we did, like, everything together. My brother was born 6 years after I was born, so, like, I was already in school. Like,
right.
You know, I, like, wasn't home when he was, like, a newborn, you know, so it was just, like, all that. And so my brother and I don't really have a relationship, but me and my sister do. And, you know, it's the fights over, like, the smallest, stupidest shit. Like, I wore her shirt to the mall. And hellfire is actually starts, and it's created in my household. Or, like, there was this one time where we got into a fight. Don't even know why. That's the thing. You look back, you're like, I don't even know why we had this fight. But she was in the bathroom, and, like, she was going to take a shower, and she's like, get out of the bathroom. I was like, this is also my bathroom. I was like, this is also my bathroom. Like, you know, like, doing, like, that stuff. And she was like, no, get out. And then she, like, steps out of the shower. Mind you, like, she's in the shower, like, you know, so she steps out of the shower, there's no rug there, she slips and falls, face plants on the freaking tile floor, and I was standing there like, what the hell, I just witnessed a murder.
Did she, like, blame it on you? She's like, no, in the bathroom.
No, she knew it was her fault, but she was, like, screaming, and I was literally hysterical. I was like, there's no way that just happened.
Damn.
But it's always, like, stuff like that, like, she, like, my sister, she's a little feisty one, hey, son!
But at the end of the day, like, did you, like, love having, like, siblings?
Oh, I love it, yeah. Like, it's, like, there's definitely moments where I was like, oh my god, growing up, like, it would be so much easier if I was just an only child, but I think every person who has a sibling has that thought at one point in time. But I've been there for my sister for so many things, and she's been there for me. You know, it's, like, a support system that you wouldn't have with, like, a close friend or, like, you know, a mom, right. You know, stuff like that. It's just a different type of relationship.
Yeah, like, I mean, I love being an only child. I don't know. Like, I like my own space and everything, but I feel like sometimes, it's like the same thing. It's the opposite. Yeah. Like, sometimes I was like, oh, like, I wish I had, like, a sibling or whatever, but I feel like that's why I'm so close to, like, my friends. Yeah. And I notice, like, me and my friends, like, we're all only children anyway, so.
I always forget that. That's crazy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you're each other's sisters. That's cute.
Right.
Aww. Yeah.
Love my sisters.
No, yeah. The relationship is just so different, like, than, like, a friend. Unless you're really close to that friend to, like, the point where it's, like, a sister relationship or you've been friends with them for so long, you understand them really well. So, like, I'll have fights with, like, friends, and, like, we'll never get to the point where it's like, okay, we gotta, like, just stop, give each other space. With my sister and I, we will go at it until someone's, like, dead or crying, and then the next day, or not even, like, 2 minutes later, we're like, you wanna go get ice cream?
You're
like,
fine,
that's the type of relationship. It's, like, that different element, like, you, like, can hate them all you want, but you have them forever, so it's just kind of, like, get over it.
Right.
And that's the thing with friends, the difference between that and, like, a friend relationship is, like, you can always cut off a friend. So that's why it's never like that.
Right.
You know?
But I feel like you could cut off family. And I feel like this is where, like, you really see the difference in opinions from, like, the older generations to, like, our generation. I feel like our generation's, like, really, like, just changing everything. But it's, like, just because you're family and you're, like, blood tied, like, doesn't mean anything. I feel like family could be beyond toxic. Mm-hmm. And, like, if you need to cut that relationship, like, cut that relationship.
No, yeah. I think that's what also makes it, like, the hardest relationship to cut off.
Right.
Like, beyond, like, a, like, romantic relationship and beyond a friendship, it's, like, that's your blood. So, like, it's hard to cut them off until you realize, like, the negative impact it may have on you. Right. You know?
And that's, like, it also makes it harder with, like, different, like, family, like, relationships. Like, me, like, it's always been just, like, me and my mom, but, like, my dad's, like, there, like, he'll pop in. Mm-hmm. not poppin'. Okay, he is there, but like I don't live with him or like see him that often. But our relationship is definitely getting better from where it was. But I'm just like, bro, you're my dad. Yes, you created me, but like, what do I owe you at the end of the day? Kind of type thing.
Yeah.
Like, my mom, obviously, I'll give her like the world all the respect because she literally raised me to be the wonderful woman I am today. Love you, mommy. But like, on the other hand, I'm just like, we like barely see each other. Like, do you even know my middle name, that I'm allergic to shellfish?
Yeah, like all the basic stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like, when it comes to this whole like line of respect, you don't automatically get it just because you're a parent.
Yeah.
Like, it goes both ways. That's how I see it.
Yeah. No, I was the same way too. Like, like my mom, she always like got into these like stupid arguments and fights, and going off of that, like that also goes to how they were raised too. Like,
right,
their
exactly.
With their parents, like it's just like a trickling effect. So like there were fights that we get into like that are like the stupidest stuff, or like she'll say things to me, and like over time, especially with therapy, I realized that relationship had an effect on so many things in my life in a negative way. Decisions I made were in spite of her to like piss her off, you know, get her to her breaking point, because I didn't like the way she was raising me.
Right.
You know, because like I was raised a very like Catholic Christian household, very conservative, you know, like had to be very modest, you know. And the second I went to high school, I was like boobs out, ass out. I was like shaking it for not Joe Biden, but like Bernie, Bernie, like, you know what I mean? Like I like, I don't know, but it was like more than like just like political and stuff like that. It was just like I basically raised myself. Like, my relationship with my dad, definitely, like, we're best friends now, but, like, before in high school when I was down, like, a bad path, like, he was just, like, so, like, I don't know what to do, I can only yell. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he didn't think he would have to raise a kid that was going down a bad path, because they both thought they were raising a kid so well.
Right.
They were like, oh, we gave her no room to be bad. But that's the thing. If you don't give kids the room to be free and make their own choices, then you're going to have a kid that rebels against you.
Exactly.
Kids are ambitious, you know, like, they want to, like, do stuff, they want to experience things, they're very curious. So if you don't let them make certain decisions, like, just watch. Right. Like, good luck, Charlie.
Like, I just remember, like, growing up in, like, high school and stuff, my mom would be like, if you're gonna, like, drink, like, let me know where you're going, like, if you need me, like, call me. She's like, I probably will be disappointed. She's like, I'm not gonna yell at you. I just want to know you're safe. So like, she's like my best friend. Like, if I was going somewhere, I would tell her. But then on the other hand, I have friends that are like, can I say I'm staying at your house? And then they're like going like to some guy's house or something.
No, exactly.
I'm like, don't you want to be safe? Wait, please. Like,
no, I've been there. I have. Or like, no, I've been in so many situations that I look back on now and I'm like, damn. I was like, you get like the second-hand embarrassment from like 4 years ago. You're like, oh, like in the middle of your house. You're just like, oh god.
Like, I'll like wake up from a nap and I'll be like, ew,
there's
like,
no way
why did I do that?
No,
like, that must have been the parallel universe. Like, there's no way that happened.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, going back to the whole like children thing, I don't know if I want them because of that.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, because I'm like, wait, am I gonna end up being strict or am I gonna end up being too lenient?
Yeah.
And then like,
I feel like there's certain things like, have you seen the TikTok trend? Was like, if you ever have kids, how would you raise them?
Yeah.
I want to know, ready? So like, I think, okay, my policy, if I was a parent. So curfew wise, like, I think obviously when you start going out, I think it's like high school. So I would say, or maybe even middle school.
Well, middle school is like usually like to the mall, but you have to drive them anyway. They don't have a license.
Yeah, so. And like, so you're picking them up. I think once it starts, like once you get your license, really a curfew.
Yeah.
Or your friends who start driving, so probably like 16-ish. I would say curfew is 11 p.m. Maybe,
right, because that's the driving curfew. Right.
Once you're 18 and it's like your senior year of high school, like, you know what, just do whatever, babe. Like, if you want to stay out late, like, as long as you're being safe, like, you know, like, if I want to make sure I have their location, not to be like, what are you doing? But like to be like, where, like, I need to know where you are, like, you know, like people forget to text sometimes.
So like, my mom never did the whole location thing, but she'd just be like, if you're staying out, like, let me know. And because if I'm coming back, she'll like wait up.
Yeah.
Wait up. You walk in the house and she's like on the couch sleeping. But
no,
but she's like, if you're coming back, then she would always leave the chain off the door if I was staying out. So if I had to come home, I could walk into my house, so she wouldn't put the chain on the door. So I feel like that's how I'd be.
Yeah.
I'd probably be like, you know, like, 2:00, but if you're gonna stay out, let me know you're staying out.
No, exactly. Like, if you're coming home tonight, like, make sure it's not, like, 3, 4 a.m.
Right. Or, like, don't go home drunk and stumbling.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
like,
gonna be loud and wake me up.
But if you're staying over, like, obviously, whatever. Relationships, I think, here's the thing. I had a boyfriend in freaking 6th grade. You know, like, but, like, those relationships are, like, nothing. You know, nothing to be scared about.
See, but me and my mom were so close. I remember, like, I told her, I was like, I'm, like, dating this guy, and we want to go to some movies. And then my mom dropped us off, his dad dropped us off, they met, we all knew what we were doing, like, it was cool, like, it was open like that, it was fine. Yeah. That relationship lasted all of a month. Oh, MG. You know, middle school teens, No, but I was just...
Those relationships were so dramatic. So dramatic. And they were a show for everyone to see.
Everyone knew about it.
My first kiss, everyone watched. They all knew. It was a planned time. It was like, the buses are lining up, Maggie's gonna have her first kiss with X, Y, well, not X, Y, and Z, just X. And everyone, like, the outside, when I tell you, it was like the entire community middle school was just standing there and just watching me have my first kiss. And obviously it was like fucking second long. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, like, why are little kids so awkward?
Like, what? But yeah, I think middle school relationships, whatever. Once you get to high school, I think that's when you kind of have to just, like, don't have control over them, but just, like, monitor, make sure, like, you know, like, watch out for the warning signs of maybe being in a toxic relationship, you know, like, the weight gain, weight loss, you know, eating habits, just, like, other habits in general. Yeah. Right. Drugs and alcohol. Just don't drink in middle school, please. Goddamn, no. I never did that, but please don't.
I didn't know. I didn't drink in
high school, I think... At a certain age, it's fine. I started drinking at, like, 15. That is young.
Yeah, same.
But I only went to, like, 1 or 2 parties my entire freshman, sophomore year, so it wasn't anything crazy.
It wasn't wild. Like, it wasn't, like, drinking, like, oh, I'm gonna have, like, a drink in my room by myself. Yeah. Because I'm a sad case at 15. You know, like, it was, like, the 2 parties I would go to and, like,
yeah. Know. So, like, for, I would say probably, like, 16, actually, probably, like, 17, like, I get it. If you're gonna drink, just let me know.
Right. Like,
don't hide it.
Don't hide it. Because I will know. No, literally. I will hear your bottles clanging in your backpack.
Stop. No, I used to be so bad. Like, when I used to have, like, I obviously had different high school friendships, but, like, I'd have them over and I'd have, like, the little clink clank in the bag. Right. Or I would just have a random Four Loko on my desk, and I'd just be like, I'd be drunk in my room, like, we're ready to go out, and I'm like, there's no way they're gonna know. Not like my parents ever drank in their entire life or ever went to college.
I remember, oh my god. So, this one guy had a party, and I told my mom we were going to the party or whatever.
Was it summer 16?
Probably.
Is it that one guy? Yes!
Yeah.
No, not the
So, I was literally, I have never been so drunk in my life. And, like, his house wasn't far, but it was like a far walk. It was like 20 minutes, so we're walking back.
But yeah, because we're right there.
Right. I'm, like, stumbling across the street. My friends literally walked me back. This is how bad I am. Right. Like, I think they, like, had to ring the doorbell or something. I don't know. But my mom was like... I was like, she's not gonna notice. Literally put the trash can next to my bed.
Oh, God.
And she was like, you were drinking, weren't you? And I was like, just a little. She's like, a lotta. And I was like, oh, God. Well, anyway.
I will never forget my first party when I was 15. I didn't know how to drink. I got fucked up, like, threw up on the floor. Like, it was bad.
Please.
No, like, that was actually the only time I've ever been that messy in my life. Yeah. Because it was the first time I ever got drunk.
Right.
I just want to clarify. I threw up on the floor because someone was in the bathroom. I was there. And I was ready to go in.
You were ready. You knew where you needed to be. You knew the assignment.
I knew how I was feeling. I gauged it. Went upstairs. Went to the bathroom. The guy took forever. Don't take shits at parties. But yeah. So I came home in shambles. Obviously, when you throw up, you're crying.
Yeah.
So makeup's all down my face. I'm wearing a little thotty ass 15-year-old freshman. Right. Was it 2015 outfit? You know, the floral shirt and the leggings.
And wait.
No.
I knew exactly what you were talking about. Oh my god, with the stupid cardigan over it till you get hot. Yeah. Oh my god, that's funny.
And so I get home, my dad was waiting up for me because of my first party. And he's like, he's wide awake. Like, he's having nightmares, like, wide awake. I come home stumbling. He's already up. He's up. The lights are on. And he's like, how was it? And I'm literally, I wish I could show you guys. I was so bad. Like, eyes are shut. I'm moving side to side. I'm like, it's good. It's so bad. I was like, I'm just going to go upstairs. Oh my god. And I thought he had no idea.
He didn't do anything? He knew that?
No, he didn't do anything, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
what can you do at that point? You were home, right? You're safe.
If you're safe and you didn't get in trouble, you didn't do nothing.
Right.
You didn't do anything stupid, you know.
Right.
There's nothing to be mad about. And that's the same logic I'm going to have with my kids.
Same.
You know?
Drugs? No.
No.
We're not going to do
because
those.
I have done too many, and you know what? I would just like to clarify, no hard drugs again, but I don't want my kids getting into any of that because it's just a slippery slope.
I don't. The only thing I've ever done was, like, you know, the marijuana, but who hasn't?
Yeah.
And I hated it.
Yeah.
It was, like, I feel like, because, you know, you try it in middle school, you're, like, in the woods.
Yeah.
You don't even get high.
Yeah. See, so I had a different experience. I didn't start smoking until I was 16. Because I was like, I have asthma, I'm gonna die. Bitch.
Yeah, that didn't last long.
No, okay. Literally. But I just want to, no, this is my logic. This is actually how so stupid I was. Summer 16 is that was my breaking point in my life, where I just went downhill completely. I would pop pills before I smoked weed because of my asthma. That's literally how psychotic I was.
Maggie.
I was like, it's okay if I pop a pill because it won't affect my asthma. Maybe your overall health? Like, who? But, yeah, so, like, weed, I started smoking it recreationally at 16, and then I just got super into it for, like, those 3 years until, actually, 4 years for freshman year of college, and then sophomore year of college, I just had a moment where I was like, I'm really not into this anymore.
I feel like, well, I mean, you never can do something too early, but, like, since we started doing it in high school, and then I'll never forget. It was me, Alina, Deanna, and Alanis. And we got these edibles. Like the little tiny Sour Patch Kids.
Wait, I've heard the story, I think.
That were literally from California.
Like, yeah.
So, like, real stuff. Keep in mind, we're smoking, like, oregano.
Yeah.
Like the worst stuff. Barely gets you high or whatever. So, we're like, yeah, we'll take the edibles. And the guy asked us, he was like, you guys want, like, the low dose or the high dose? We were like, the low one.
Yeah.
So, we take it. An hour goes by, nothing.
No.
2 hours goes by, nothing. 3 hours, we're laying in my bed.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Damn.
So it was like, still nothing.
Yeah.
We're texting. We're trying to text someone to, like, get, like, weed to smoke instead of the edible. We're like, whatever, it didn't work. As soon as I sent the text message, like, boom, I shifted into an alternate universe.
That's how it is.
So high. I hated it. It was scary. We drove to White Castle. I didn't drive because I was tripping.
You all took the same amount too, right?
Yeah, which was like...
Yeah.
So we drive to White Castle. We get White Castle. Standing at White Castle ordering, I'm seeing these, like, black ghosts flying around. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so this is laced with something else.
No, yeah. You think you're dying? Yeah.
I think I'm dying.
I'm the first person to die ever from weed.
And then I'm sitting there paranoid, like, the workers know I'm high. Yeah. I had to, obviously. My eyes look nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we drive back. I'm, like, saying that we're swerving, even though we're not. I'm so gone at this point.
Yeah.
So
they shouldn't even brought you in the car. Whose idea?
Right.
Whose idea?
So I eat all of the White Castle.
Yep.
I had eaten, like, potatoes left over that I had in my fridge. Yeah. And this is where I knew I fucked up. I got full. And apparently, you're not supposed to get full. I got full. I'm just laying there. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go to bed. Whatever. I wake up in the middle of the night, and Deanna's like, I just threw up. And in my head, I was like, oh, haha, happy it wasn't me. The universe said you thought I had to get up to pee. And I was like,
uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Projectile everywhere.
OMG.
Could not stop. Finally stopped. Went back to lay down. Projectile in the kitchen, the kitchen garbage can. Yeah. Because I couldn't get to the bathroom. Lay back down. Projectile in the bathroom again, and I start seeing spots, and I was like, I have to go to the hospital. I was setting go. This is all at my house, by the way. My mom's in the room sleeping.
That's crazy.
Wake up, I'm still high. We had a cheer function the next day, like when we fundraise in ShopRite. I'm high the entire time.
When was this? What year?
I have no idea. Probably twice. I think my junior year.
Yeah, because
that's when I, like, stopped.
Yeah.
And then maybe that day my mom was like, were you guys drinking last night? And I was like, no. And I told her, I think like last year what we really did. And she was like, never do that again.
Edibles are dangerous. Like,
that was scary.
Just to preface too, I stopped smoking for 2 years now. I'll smoke maybe once every like 4 or 3 months, whatever. Like, just because I'm like, oh, let me just try it again, whatever. Last time I had smoked or gotten high was an edible on the plane back from Florida.
Wait, please.
No, stop.
Did you die?
No. Ready? I just want to preface, I haven't had a tolerance. 10 milligrams. That's not a lot. That's not a lot for an edible. And considering my friend was taking like 3 of them to feel something, I was like, okay, 1 is going to just calm me down, like make me feel relaxed. I'll go to sleep on the plane. Like, who am I to get paranoid every time? I get paranoid every single time I smoke. Like, I'll be fine this one time on the plane. On a fucking plane. So, I just want to say, like, edibles, they take a while to hit. This edible took 10 minutes. I am not even shitting you. I'm sitting down. I took the edible, go to grab my headphones. I'm untangling them. Boom, hits me. And I was like, oh, damn. No. I don't even want to untangle these headphones right now. And I was like, okay, we'll just put the earphones in. You just mind your own business. I'm, like, getting higher by the second. And I was like, damn. And then I look out the window.
Why?
Then I was like...
Please, you're like, in the clouds.
I can't. I was literally, like...
Literally in the clouds.
I was like, we are literally flying a plane right now. Like, we are in the sky. I got to the point, like, if you've ever smoked weed, you know you can just get stuck. You know what I mean? Like, you just...
You had to switch to manual?
No, like, manual breathing. Like, you gotta, like, you're, like, physically opening, closing your eyes. Like, I was not functioning.
Oh my god, I would have thrown up and died.
There was a point, this is actually so embarrassing, but it's so funny, like, I just have to say it. There was a point in my head where I was just like, I feel like the plane's not even moving. And then I was like, I went from that to thinking we were in the fucking Bermuda Triangle. I don't even know what the Bermuda Triangle is. I just, like, heard stories about it, and I was like, what if? Like, my brain, it's going insane right now. I'm like, should I get, like, a flight attendant to, like, calm me down or something? I'm having an anxiety attack. And I was like...
You would have been arrested.
No, not only that, but the plane would have had to do, like, an emergency landing. And then everyone would have hated me because I took an edible on the plane. And, like, I was literally like, what? But, yeah, so don't take edibles on the plane.
Well, sorry, don't take edibles.
It was so bad.
Just never
take
edibles.
But the thing is, I was never like that before. So it was just, like...
It only takes 1 edible.
Well, yeah, but not even that. Like, I used to smoke all the time and have a good time with it. I think it's just, like, after, like, a certain amount of time, you just, like, are done.
Right. And that's why my kids will not be trying it either.
Yeah, exactly. They get too into it. I don't know. They also make stupid decisions when you're on them. So I don't want my kid driving a car and, like, having in their car, potentially getting arrested. You know, stuff like that.
Right. And people think they can, like, drive with it. Oh, my God. My ex, literally, like, and I was like, you yell at me not to, like, drink and drive. Like, it's the same thing. Yeah. Why are you getting high and driving?
Yeah.
Like, what? I hate that.
Yeah.
So that's a no-no for me. But yeah.
So many people would get high and drive because they're like, it's
different.
It's different. Which, in some sense, yes. Like, being drunk, like, it's, like, a different feeling than being high. 100%.
We don't condone drinking and driving or smoking and driving
at all.
Or drugs
it's just,
and
like,
driving.
You shouldn't be doing it. I don't know. Yeah. Same with, like, I don't know, psychedelics. I've heard some stories of people in high school who did psychedelics and then drive a car. You want to die? That is a death wish.
I actually, quick tangent. There's this person on YouTube, I forget his name, but he just talked about, like, his drug experiences and how he uses, like, talking about it to, like, stay sober pretty much. Just give him something to do.
Yeah.
And he literally took, like, a psychedelic and then drove and, like, almost, like, drove, like, off a bridge. Like, you know, like, sometimes, like, at nighttime when, like, bridges, like, they separate and then there's, like, the middle part where, like, you know, it could be water, grass. Yeah. He, like, literally almost drove off of that. And there was a cop, like, there, didn't do anything. Nice.
What?
Literally nice. So you didn't notice this man, like, swerving and almost killing everyone? But yeah, anyway.
He probably just thought he was having a moment. That's terrible. Damn.
But back to family norms.
Yeah. Traditions?
I feel like traditions just died and went out the window.
Yeah. Especially with COVID, everyone just, like, kind of stopped everything.
Depends on your family. Depends. Because, yeah, some people did not care about COVID.
Yeah.
They were still doing everything with their families.
Yeah. We didn't do anything for, like, a year. We had Christmas together. But it's just, like, it's my dad's side of the family, so it's not, like, big. It's just me, my family, who I see every day.
Yeah.
And then my aunt, who's 4 people in that family, and then my grandma and grandpa. So it's, like, not a lot of people.
My mom's side, they just, like, Zoomed every Saturday. And then Thanksgiving, a few of us got together. And then my grandma recently passed away, so then we all got together for that.
Yeah.
And the restrictions kind of lifted.
Yeah, they lifted.
I mean, we all had masks on the entire time.
Yeah.
But that's something you need to be with your family for.
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly. Yeah. I'm trying to think, too, like, Christmas traditions. I feel like you have so many. Oh, I have some traditions that are actually cute. So, like, with my, like, I forget, like, the terminology, immediate family. Is that, like, your mom, dad, brother, sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, my immediate family, we have been going to LBI since, like, my mom was pregnant with me, like, literally.
Uh-huh.
They had a house in Loveladies, like, my mom's side of the family. My pop owned it. They had it when they were growing up, and they had it when I was growing up, until my grandpa passed away. We had it for another year, and then it started getting messy with, like, finances, because they had to split it 4 ways, because my mom's a child of 4, and, like, when they were like, let's just sell the house, like, it was, like, kind of outdated, too, like, it needed, like, a lot of fixing up, so, like, just selling it sounded better, so they sold it for a good price, and then they all got a 4th of it, which makes sense. But since then, we're like, we can't just stop going to LBI. Like, this is a tradition we've had our whole life. So now we started renting, like, different places in LBI to get, like, different, like, views on certain places, and ended up finding one house eventually. We even rented in Belmar one year. We're like, let's just switch it up. We found one house in Surf City. It's, like, in the heart of LBI, basically. Oh, Beach Haven is kind of that, but, like, it's still right there. And we've been going there for, like, 3-4 years now. And I think eventually we're going to buy it. But the only sucky thing is that me and my sister have bunk beds to sleep in. My brother gets his whole room to himself, like a queen bed, a TV. Like, this kid living lavish. And me and Sydney are squeezing into a room that's the size of a closet.
Gotta bring in your own beds next time.
I mean, there's no room to even put another bed.
You got to switch.
Yeah, no, literally. But that's a tradition that will always... We also started, like, bringing our friends, too. Like, I always bring Cole and Isabel now. Cindy always brings... Yeah, it's, like, a thing. They've been there for 2 years now, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
Because that's how long I've known them. Or, yeah, 3 years now. But, yeah, that. And then my grandma just started a new tradition because of COVID. Because we always celebrate her birthday and, like, her grandpa's birthday. They're, like, a month apart. But my grandma's in September. She celebrates in the summer usually, and she wanted to do something. She wanted to go on, like, a yacht thing for her birthday. Okay. So we were gonna do that in the summer. We were getting really excited. COVID. So then she was like, no. She's like, I'm getting a house in Seaside, and all I want is my entire family to be there. Like, right. I want it to be like old times. Sorry, because growing up they had a house in Seagirt, and we were always there. Like, we would stay over for, like, weeks at a time. Like, they had a pool in the backyard right down the beach. Like, so amazing, so fun. Like, that was my childhood. Like, it actually was my summer childhood. So, they got this seaside house. It was so messy because at the same time, like, I was dealing with stuff for, like, Sam. His car broke down. We were in Maryland. I had to drive to, oh, my God, heart attack. But I ended up being there for 4 days with him and my grandparents, and it was so fun. Like, we all had our own bed. Like, it had, like, 8 rooms. Like, it was crazy. Like,
did they buy it or you rented it?
We rented it.
Yeah.
And then they rented a different house for this summer, but they're keeping up that tradition because it was so fun. And it's so funny because my whole family is now, like, not legal drinking age, but, like, family drinking age, except for my brother. My brother's very antisocial, very, like, kept to himself, so he doesn't do that yet. He's also 15, so very young still. But, like, the next youngest sibling or family member is my sister, and she's 19.
Right, so she's almost there.
So she's basically there. Like, she's in college, she can drink. So we all, like, we spend the day at the beach, like, eating good the whole time. My grandma loves to feed me.
She cooks, or?
Yeah, she usually cooks. And then, that's a whole other family tradition. I can't. She buys me my own mozzarella ball every time I go because I eat the whole thing. But, yeah, so we just, like, eat, do beach stuff all day. And then that night, because of COVID, we obviously couldn't go out or whatever, but we stayed in the house. We played, like, drinking games, and we all, like, there was one day where we had teams, so I was, like, Jersey Shore with Sam, and then, like, my sister and cousin, they were, like, France, And, like, it was supposed to be countries, and I was like, no, I'm being Jersey Shore. I was like, no, I can't.
She said, no, like, I'm making my own thing.
But my cousin and his girlfriend were Hawaii, you know, so it was like, whatever. We're, like, both America, whatever. But, we all just, like, did our own things, and then we made drinks that were, like, related to, like, our...
Okay, that's cute.
Except I couldn't, like, go out, because the only thing I could make was, like, Ron juice, and when, like, we didn't have I don't even know if we had a blender or whatever. It was like we just didn't have the supply, so I was just like, y'all just drink to die. Right. and you'll do it justice.
I don't know, I feel like just the main tradition that we had in my family, literally huge, because my grandfather on my mom's side remarried. He already had 3 kids. Nope. Math. He had 5 kids, right. And then the woman he married, she had 3. So it was like 8 of them, and then plus their kids, and then huge family. So he used to live on a farm in Mississippi, literally down the street from Brett Favre's house. I like to throw that fun fact in there.
Who is that?
Brett Favre. He plays football.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like right down the street from his house, and we would always go there for the 4th of July. You know, like light fireworks in the yard, ride the 4-wheelers, some real country stuff. Some real country stuff. And then my grandfather passed away, so we kind of like stopped going down there. Just because things were kind of complicated. Yeah. And then this year, we're going to, like, do it again because COVID kind of, like... Yeah. I feel like the numbers are kind of going down. Sorry if that is inaccurate information. But I'm going to be fully vaccinated. Yeah. And most of my family will be. And
I'll be fully vaccinated in 2 weeks. Just got my second dose. I'm ready for my hot girl summer.
So, we're all going to Illinois, I think.
Ooh, fun.
That's where one of my cousins...
She said world tour.
One of my cousins live, and her house is apparently huge, so
she in there.
Peep the Instagram and look at the pictures. No, but yeah, so that's the tradition that we have, just the 4th of July always.
I was just gonna say, when you said, like, your grandpa, like, when he passed away, like, you guys stopped doing that. I feel like the passing of someone also affects your family traditions. Like, when my papa passed away, we stopped going we sold the house.
Right.
Like, you know, like, that was a whole tradition that went away.
Right. So it's just, sometimes it's, like, hard to, like...
keep going after that.
Right. And it was, like, we all would go down there, like, pretty much for him, like, to see him.
Yeah.
So it was, like, Yeah. And then it was just, school happened, life happened, so. But I'm excited to do it again. I think we're going... I had to fly out by myself, but I love flying by myself. And I'm old enough to drink, so I will be getting a drink on the plane.
Period. Are you closer with one side of the family more than the other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's the thing for everyone.
Right, and it's always the mom side of the family. That's...
for you?
For you.
Yeah, see, for me, it's my dad's. Well, like, that's the thing. The only reason why I would see my mom's side of the family is, like, I don't know, it's just, like, interesting. Like, we see each other, like, I would say once a year. Like, we make sure we always see each other at least once a year. But it's just, like, we don't know each other, you know?
I would say I do. Well, on my dad's side, it's just my dad and his sister. And I'm definitely closer with, like, my aunt on my dad's side then. And, like, my cousins on that side. Yeah. Like, I would say we like, talk. Like, I know enough about them.
Yeah.
So, I would say I know them, but definitely closer to the mom side of the family.
Yeah. I think it's also because my mom's side of the family is, like, all guys, and they all play sports, and I am a girl. And I don't care about your soccer game. So, I don't know. But, like, my dad's side of the family, it's just my cousin Kristen and my other cousin Matt, and I'm in between both of them in ages. So, like, we're all, like, very close, and, like, you know, we saw, like, my childhood was growing up at my grandparents' house in the summer. They would always be there, too. My cousin Kristen, we're like this. Right. I'm crossing my fingers. and, like, her mom, my aunt, is my godmother, and I'm so close to her. Okay. She's, like, a second mom to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my mom's sister. Because it's, on my mom's side, there's just 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I keep saying that. There's 5 of them. There's 3.
Where? These 2 people in your family. Like, why are they not getting the recognition they deserve?
I have 3 uncles, and then it's my mom, and then my aunt. So, like, I don't know why. I mean, I keep saying 3 because there's only 3 uncles. I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever.
Maybe.
But I feel like definitely in recent years we've, like, all gotten closer. And, you know, it's cool. I love my family. Yeah. Just family in general. I think it's important to have just at least someone that you can rely on. You don't have to have, like, this huge, like, big family. Like, you see the Kardashians, like, all of them. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. And, like, that's not the definition of, like, a perfect family. Family could be, like, whatever you
make it out to be.
Whatever you make it out to be. Whatever your family is.
Yeah.
Like, I have some friends that I consider family. Like, you know.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you, Maggie, for being on with me.
Yeah, of course. Love being here.
As always, you guys can follow my podcast on Instagram and Facebook at Come On a Minute Podcast. You can also follow my personal, which is Dom V. Lan. I post there a lot, too, about the podcast. And you can listen on Libsyn as well as Spotify. It's just Come On a Minute Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. See you next time.